Do you notice cormorants hanging out at your pond or lake each winter? Are you wondering how to fend off this protected species and protect your forage fish and juvenile bass from predation? If so, we have several products that'll help protect your fish and reduce your annual need for supplemental stocking. Hey guys, Gary Lee here, fisheries biologist at Pond King. Typically speaking, when we talk about providing cover for your fish, we're talking about providing cover for your bait fish to avoid predation from your game fish and providing ambush opportunities for your game fish to help them be more efficient predators. But today we're going to be talking about providing cover for all of your fish from one of the most proficient predators your fishery will face in a season, cormorants. Cormorants are incredibly effective predators, so much so that for hundreds of years, fishermen have used trained cormorants to fish the rivers and lakes of China. While the process doesn't sound terribly humane, it's very simple. The fishermen would restrict the bird's throat, preventing them from swallowing larger fish. Then, once the cormorant has caught a fish, the fisherman would bring the bird back to the boat where the fish could be retrieved. Here in the US, however, fishermen have a very different relationship with cormorants, but for the same reason, their abounding consumption of fish. An adult cormorant is capable of consuming up to 1 pound of fish per day. And from that perspective alone, it's easy to see how they can devastate a fishery. But consider this, in addition to consuming large quantities of bait fish and juvenile game fish, these birds will try to consume fish weighing 1 to 3 pounds, which is more than they can possibly consume. But it doesn't prevent them from inflicting damage on a very important size class of bass. We see evidence of this all the time in our electrofishing surveys. Good-sized bass with open wounds or scars caused by overzealous cormorants. It doesn't help that these migratory birds show up in Texas when the natural habitat in your fishery is likely to be dormant. With nowhere to hide, your fish, both forage and game fish alike, are at the mercy of these prolific hunters. The damage even goes beyond the direct impact the cormorant has on your fish population. Cormorants are unique in that their feathers aren't waterproof like most waterfowl, and they don't plunge down mid-flight to catch prey. No, these birds use their webbed feet to swim down prey when they hunt. Once they are done, they need to spend long periods with their wings outstretched to allow them to dry. Roosting flocks of cormorants lead to localized dead zones within the pond and tree death due to soil acidation from flock excrement, as well as shoreline cover degradation from nesting and perching activities. This loss of shoreline cover can then lead to secondary implications, such as erosion of pond banks and turbidity issues. While there are some depredation tags still issued by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, these birds are highly protected under the Migratory Bird Treaty Act, so deterrents to protect your fishery are limited to non-lethal means. Cormorants primarily forage in water 15 feet and under, and the best thing you can do to help your fish is to make sure they have the cover they need to evade predation, especially since during this time bait fish are schooled up, making them easy pickings for the birds. The products we most frequently recommend to protect your pond from cormorant predation are the honey hole, the honey hole canopy, and the honey hole tree. The honey hole and the honey hole canopy provide a wide footprint of highly complex cover. The honey hole has a combination of vertical components and dense leaf structures, giving your fish plenty of areas to evade predation, whereas the canopy creates a floating barrier that the bait fish can utilize to both hide underneath and outmaneuver their predators. Both of these structures work excellent in waters 12 to 15 feet deep. The honey hole tree is another great option to maximize the area your bait fish can hide. The dense limb configuration and the refuge area created in the body of the structure allow your game fish a region that the birds just can't access. We do recommend that with a honey hole tree be placed in clusters of 2s and 3s to enlarge the footprint and further complicate the field these birds have to maneuver. Choosing the right habitat for your situation all depends on the depth profile of your pond. These 3 structures provide a range of coverage from 6 to 15 feet of water depth. Either by themselves or a combination of the 3 different styles of habitat are well suited to provide your pond with crucial areas of predator evasion. Because our honey hole products are designed to be permanent, year-round alternatives to organic and naturally occurring structure, you don't have to add it all at once. We can help you develop a plan to start protecting your fish immediately and add additional cover over time to maximize your pond management budget. If you'd like to learn more about how the honey hole products can help protect your fishery, or how to choose the right habitat for your pond in general, use the comments below to drop us a line. Thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all down at the pond.